Hey there, On Tracker. Scott Graves here from the On Track Music Guitar School, and I want to tell you about the Blues Cube Hot. Blues Cube Hot. Cool little amplifier. Look at this guy. This is a 112 amplifier, 112-inch speaker. It's 30 watts, and this is based on Roland's Blues Cube technology that uses the, I'm forgetting what I think it's called, tube logic technology, that really emulates the sound of a tube amplifier. If you have not tried one, you have to try it to understand how cool this is and how far Roland has come with the technology. This is not amp modeling technology. This is not Cosm technology. This is a solid state amp that really just emulates how a tube amp sounds. And they base these the Blues Cube series off of a specific amplifier, classic amplifier that everybody uses, and it really responds and acts the way an amplifier does of that classic rock tube tube technology. And the nice thing that I like about this, I play a Blues Cube. I play the Blues Cube Artist, which is a little bit bigger series than this, but this is a really killer amp. When this came in, I was just so surprised at the sound of it and how versatile this would be. This would be a great little amp to gig out around clubs. It takes pedals real well. I'll demonstrate some of the sounds for you. It's just a killer little amp. It responds really nicely. It responds the way a tube amp does. If you lighten up your picking, it cleans up. You dig in, it gets that grit like a tube amp does. It really allows the tone of your guitar to come through, and it makes the amp part of your instrument. That's what I really like about the Blues Cube technology. So this right here is just set up on a clean. Let me show you the front panel. Now this is a real simple setup right here. We've got a master volume here. You've got a volume right there, and then you've got your just 3-band EQ, the bass, middle, treble. Does have a reverb on it. One of the coolest things about this on the Blues Cube series, you can switch the power from 1/2 watt to 5 watts to 15 watts to 30 watts. And it makes an amazing difference on these power options that you have here. And what happens with these power options is that you get the same response from the amplifier, the same harmonics. It responds the same way on 1/2 watt as it does on the 30 watts. And that's the biggest problem with a true tube amplifier, is you usually don't get all the warm tones and the harmonics and everything at the low volume levels that you do at your higher volume levels. You really have to be, to get the true tone of the amplifier, you have to be driving them really hot. These, you can get that, you can have a lot more control over your volume. So I really dig that about this amplifier. So let's just listen to it. Here right now I've got it, you can see on the panel on this, I've just got it basically the master and the volume pretty much the same place. I'll just take this tone off right here. This tone is like a bright switch right there. I'll take it off. You can hear what that does to it. So this will just give me kind of a clean sound the way I have it set. Okay. This is a 1976 Les Paul. I have it on the 5 watt setting right now. I do have a little bit of the reverb dialed in there. Pickup selectors on the middle 2 pickups on this. Les Paul, you get drastic tones by which pickups you select, but that's, I'm hearing both humbuckers on this. That's what it sounds like. Now it's hard to tell on the camera that I use the volume difference, because the camera has a compressor on it, but you got to trust me on this. When I switch, right now I'm on 5 watts. If I go to 15 watts, it's going to be a massive jump up. Camera guy knows that, right? Say yes.
Yes.
Yes. If I go to 30 watts, it's going to be a huge difference. Plenty of volume to gig at. I'm going to go back to the 5 watt level right now. I'll just, I'm going to play a tube screamer through it. So there's a tube screamer right there. This is the Blues Cube. Again, that was on my middle pickup selector. I'll go to just my neck pickup. Bridge pickup. screamer was totally blasted out, you know, so that was all the way up. So you can dial in whatever tone you want from your tube screamer, but you can see what that sounds pretty cool. Let me go ahead and I'll brighten. I'm going to hit the bright on this. So here now, as you'll hear this, I just turned the bright on, so I'll put a little bit brighter tone in there, and I'll go back to my middle pickup. Nice sound, really nice bright. Now, there is, when you look at this, it says, you can see it's like it's a one-channel amplifier. So what I do with this amp, what I like to do is just run pedals through it, and it's really cool. But it does have this boost feature, and you'd think, well, boost, that makes it louder, but actually, listen to what it does when I hit the boost. So here's my clean. I'll just go back, here's my clean sound. Now I'm going to boost it. So it gives it that nice gritty distortion, and so really your boost is like a channel switch, you know, from going from clean to distortion. So that's a cool thing to do. You can you run an FS, I think it's FS6 pedal, or probably a combination of a couple of FS5Us. There's a stereo input jack in the back where you can run two different foot pedals to turn your bright on and off, and to turn your switch between the boost and the regular. So that's one way you could do it if you're not worried about a lead boost in any sort fashion. You just want a decent distortion and a decent clean. You can set this on clean, hit your boost, and you've got basically two different channels. Or you can, you know, run it on a clean and run pedals through it. That's again what I like to do. But it's really a killer amp. This is for the discerning ear, you know, the pro ear, the guy who likes that classic tube sound, and you know, you like the way it lets the sound of your particular instrument through. It's going to sound different through a Tele, through a Strat, through a Les Paul, and it's going to let the sound of those instruments through. And it's a really cool little amp. Roland's done a great job with it. So anyway, that's the Blues Cube Hot. Very reasonably priced for what you're getting on these. It's an awesome amplifier. So check them out. And come on down and see why they say on-track music, the right way to learn to play.